made me one of the richest men of Little Rock in my time. But wait, there's more to me than the wealth I've accumulated. Let's see, where to start? Well, I was born in Prussia, now Germany, in 1849 to the name Gleckler. My name was changed to Clock upon reaching America. I used my knowledge of watch repairs to open my own business on Main Street in 1876. But, more importantly, I married Philomena Cooper, the loveliest woman I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
Oh no, the pleasure's all mine. Hello, my dear. Well, my maiden name is Philomena Charlotte Cooper, formerly Cooper, before my parents moved to this great nation. Born right here in the city of Little Rock, I was destined to meet Henry. We fell in love and were married on the 23rd of February in 1876. With Henry's new business, I was secure and he was progressing. We were happier than ever.
It was splendid. Our marriage and my success were hand in hand and forever to hold.
I was even more elated to give birth to our little girl, Edna Margaret, born in January of 1877. In her first year, our family flourished with love and wealth. If only it could have lasted longer. Not long after, my fate took a turn for the worst. I died in June of 1878, only 25 years old. But I didn't know my death would make Henry so cold towards poor Edna. Well, she was just a baby. She didn't understand how to grow up with such a distant father. But nevertheless, he did take care of her as far as money goes. I only wish I would have lived longer to help raise our daughter. If only.
When my Philomena died, my heart was shattered. I was hardly alive in spirit. Aside from that, I was now left a single father with a growing business to run. I could hardly provide the care little Edna needed. So, I sent her to Indiana to be raised by my cousin Dooley. I believe this may have severely frayed our relationship, but it seemed like the right choice at the time. I thought it might not be good for her to grow up with me in my condition. But because of my actions, I must now face the consequences of having a daughter who dislikes me, a grandson I never have a true relationship with, and exile from my first family by law. So, I started over by relocating my business to Markham and Scott in 1887. Soon after, I met Lily Biederman, my second wife, who helped me pick myself up after a long period of grieving over Philomena.
Hello, Henry, dear. Oh, cheer up. Well, when I first met Henry, he was a very lonely man, still grieving over the death of his wife. But in 1888, he and I were joined in holy matrimony. 3 years later, our first child and daughter, Bessie, brought great joy into our lives, and a little company to mine. But financially, thinking of the family, of course, Henry broadened his watch repairing business into a watchmaking company. With this newly acquired money, we moved to a lovely house on 1508 Gaines, not far from here, so that we could raise our 4 children in a more secure place. Speaking of which, aside from our oldest Bessie, we also had Walter, Henry Jr., and Irene. 4 shortly became 3 when we met misfortune at the death of our youngest Irene when she was only 2 years old. The death of his wonderful Irene only took Henry further away from the family and more intensely into work.
Work made a good distraction from my family worries, and it still supported them at the same time. I take pride in the fact that when I died on that warm day in 1922, my family was safe and secure without any worries fiscally.
After Henry's death, for some reason, he and Philomena always lingered in my mind. You see, they were German Lutheran, which has sermons in High German, but I spoke English as my first language. And so we decided to convert to a sect of Christianity that had English sermons I could understand, and which would also establish us more as American. We were both proud of our German roots, but we were in a time of nationalist movement, and we were also proud to be in this country. So we converted to Methodist Christianity, and we were pleased with the decision. However, Philomena's family cut off their relations to Henry, finding it a disgraceful move on our parts. Henry always seemed so distant, probably due to all these constant stresses. Anyhow, after Henry's death, I moved 3 more times, becoming restless, I suppose. But on September 18th, 1934, I passed away, coming here to be with Henry and our family, all together at last.